Relations between the United States and Cuba first became interesting after the Maine incident in 1898. The USS Maine had been sent to Havana to check in on affairs in Cuba when it suddenly exploded and sunk into the harbor. The media immediately took over the story and suggested that Spain had torpedoed it down. The government began to wonder if these accusations could be true and decided Spain was too much of a threat to have so close in Cuba. From 1895 to 1898, José Martí, who was a renowned poet and writer, led a war against Spain. His radical views and innate leadership crowned him authoritarian of the newest movement. His negotiations helped bring the United States to declare war on Spain. The United States and Cuba joined forces against the Spanish because the Cubans were tired of the oppressed lives they were forced to live, and unlike the previous 3 wars they had with the Spanish, they now have allies in the United States to help them gain their freedom. The U.S. was simply more afraid of Spain than they were of the Cubans, and they felt that if they helped them now, Cuba could prove to be both a military and economic benefit. The 1st U.S. Cavalry Division, aka the Rough Riders, were sent as an elite force during the Spanish-American War. These horsemen, led by Colonel Wood and future President Theodore Roosevelt, were not actually horsemen at all. They were unable to bring their horses to Cuba and wound up fighting mostly on foot. They, however, made a strong impact in the war effort in the western end of Cuba. In 1898, the U.S. defeated Spain and Cuba was given to the United States, removing the last European threat from the Western Hemisphere. In 1902, Cuba became independent, but due to the Platt Amendment created by the United States, it was not completely free.
The Platt Amendment, Article 1. The government of Cuba shall never enter into any treaty or other contract with any foreign power or powers which will impair.
Right. So basically, the U.S. didn't want Cuba getting involved with other countries in order to protect their southern border. And also, the U.S. wanted to keep the Cuban citizens safe by making sure that Cuba had a proper government for each and every one of its citizens.
In 1906, Jose Miguel Gomez, also known as the Shark, started a rebellion that forced the United States to return to Cuba. He then ran for president and won the election, but this was all under the United States' supervision. He started off as a good president, however he soon became corrupt and brought back the old tradition that the government existed solely for the benefit of the office holders, and not for the benefit of the people.
The U.S. public learned a valuable lesson. Maybe that everything that's published isn't necessarily true. For example, The USS Maine was thought by the papers to have been attacked by the Spanish. However, this was never proven nor even likely. This goes to show how yellow journalism can cause something as drastic as the sparking of an entire war.
Another lesson the U.S. learned is that their imperialistic ideas were not supported by the military strength that they thought they had. It was not until after the Spanish-American War that the U.S. was established as a major world power. Such imperialistic actions taken by the United States as well as other countries around the world led to the beginning of World War I. If in the future the U.S. puts itself in a position in which we overestimate our military strength, it could be very costly.
The United States' actions to get involved in Cuba were completely justified because not only were we able to protect our southern border, we managed to free a country from an oppressive European power that threatened both our safety and the safety of the Cubans. You guys look like complete idiots.
The Platt Amendment. Article 1. The government of Cuba shall never enter into any treaty or other compact with any foreign You didn't even fall.